What is up, everybody? This is Random Sparks, and we are back in Farming Simulator 15, and once again, it is the Made in Germany map, American Edition. And where we left off, I was doing a lot of seeding and planting. We also got our planting done, washed up, and the planter is washed up and put away here, as well as the Magnum 380 with the 2 sets of dual wheels. And we also did some mowing, and we're continuing with that here in this little area offset of our sheds here. And so I'm going to check up on our guys seeding as well, and we are doing oats in field 64. So once this field right here is done, then we're going to be heading up to field 94 to do some more oats, and then that will wrap up seeding and planting for this particular season. And I swear I had this set up so it would go east to west, not north to south. Apparently not. Yeah, I must have accidentally hit it again to set it to north. Oh well. It still works. I'll probably end up harvesting it east to west. But for now we are north and south. Oh well. That stuff happens. I'm going to stop him. I can do the rest myself. I could have done this whole field myself, actually. So I shouldn't need back mower, really. Yeah, no, don't need that. So I'll just wrap this up here with this stuff, and that should just about cover it. So I'm going to save that as... I'm just going to call it the Nook Field because it's in this little nook back here. Nook Field mowing 9.0. So that'll do for that. Fold this up and head down to field 9. So I want to reset and head up to F9. Okay, I do have a mowing course loaded, but I think one of these is outline, which I do want to do so I can reset it, because I think the one that I had is for one headland. I want to do 2 actually. So yeah, we'll raise that up to 2 there. We're starting the northeast, heading west. Yep, that stays the same, it looks like. Save that as F009 mowing 9.0 B. So that's what we're going to do there, just differentiate them. Alright, go ahead and lower these here, just to start off. Check up on this guy. Alright, doing good. So I can go ahead and put this guy away. Figure might as well. What else I really need him for at the moment. So just as well put him away, as I mentioned. Try to get tight in there as much as I can anyways. So we do have a little bit messed up collision box on our rear wheels here, but I deal with it. It's no big deal really. I feel like that's kind of an incline there. Yeah, definitely not quite flat ground there. Alright, close that. And I don't know if I'm going to end up using any more of the seed for this season anyways. I'm going to tab over to this guy and see how we're doing. I think we can make it all the way. I guess I really don't know. I don't remember how much we started off with. I know it wasn't 100%, but I'm going to have our seed trailer at the ready in case I do need to take them out. I'll try to close that on here. there's a door here. I mean, I really shouldn't while I'm in the pickup, but still. Alright, how about now? Okay, well, okay, let me do it there. That's good. Okay, I was just messing with some controls there, see if those ramps worked or not. Not that I would use it, since this is our dedicated seed trailer anyways. But, yeah. Oh well. So I guess we could just leave him somewhere where he's ready to go, like right here should do. And there we go. So, check up on this guy, of course. Looks like he's doing alright with the 2 headlands. Yeah, it's just really thin through here. That's kind of just what my concern was, but at least originally when I made the course, I thought, ooh, 2 headlands, this can be all messed up back there, but it turns out it isn't. So, we're alright. A little messed up here as well. Alright, and then he's going to take the left here. Yes, he is. And let's watch him make this turn here, see what he does. Surely it's not going to be that tight. Yeah, no, he's winding that out, obviously. And then doing this, okay. But hey, it ends up being more grass for us, I guess. Getting all those little spots in between there. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Oh good, we're getting that spot there. I was wondering about that. Didn't quite get all of it, but a lot of it anyways. Alright. Check on our shooter again. I'll just sit along outside here, or walk along outside here, I should say. Alrighty. Oh, he's gonna drive through the trees, of course, because he can. Yeah, that's awfully tight for this cedar. And it still makes those roll that way. Alright. That'd be cool if that actual, like, loader auger worked for it. If you'd actually use it like the way it's supposed to. Oh well. That's not how the game works at this point in time. Hopefully they end up adding in a future version the proper way to do seeding and have the animation so that auger will go down. But yeah, it's going to be different with every planter and seeder, obviously, at least for the most part. Let's see what we have on our farm. We have a seed tender, and you load. They're basically seed pallets, but they're not actual like pallets, but they're more like boxes of seed, and it'll load it into the container, which will then put it through an auger, and you can put that over to the seed boxes on your planter. So that's what we use, and we do have a planter where every row has an individual box of seed. So yeah, we run a 12 row case 1200 planter, so that's what we operate on our farm. I don't remember what we had before that. I'm pretty sure it was a 6 row, an older international planter. So I'd have to ask my dad what model it was. But yeah, definitely running red all the way. And now this guy is done. So that means we're gonna head over to field 10. And do that fun stuff there. So load that up. F10 mowing 9.0. Now I don't remember how many headlands I have on this. I hope it's 2. I hope it is 2. Yes, looks like we do have 2 going around there. Awesome. And where do we start at? Over this way, it looks like. So this shouldn't take too long either. And there we go. No, okay, you don't want to do that. That's interesting. How about now? Yep, there you want to go. Alrighty, I guess that's too close to the start there for some reason. Okay. I guess you do have to use the cultivator to get rid of the bushes, so you can't mow over them, which makes sense. Gosh dang, the people out in the hall, they are just not respectful very much right now, making tons of noise. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but they're being awfully loud for it being quiet hours. I don't know, it sounds like they're about done. Yeah, let's check back in my recording, see if I can hear them or not. Of course, if I do hear them, I'll probably just assume that they're outside back at it again. But hey, that is the wonderful side of living in the dorms. Yeah, so that's what I live. That's what I live with, excuse me. Words can be hard when it's the middle of the night. It is actually, no, it's past midnight, never mind. What are we doing here? Okay, that is not good. I don't like that at all. Seriously, what are these guys doing at 12:30 on a Tuesday night? Oh, actually, it's technically Monday now. Or not Monday, Wednesday. I mean, I guess I'm up to doing my thing, but out in the halls, like, what do you guys have to do? I don't get it. Ooh, is he gonna get that there? Oh, he's gonna get some of it anyways. Lower that there so we can get most of it. I'm still gonna have to go over it probably. Yeah, I'll just not worry about it then. Okay, he got messed up there. Whoops. Okay, that's what the deal was there. I had hired a driver somehow. I don't know how that happened. But I think I hit H. Must have thought I hit G, but then hit H instead, which happens. Unfortunately, but it happens. Especially since they're right next to each other. Yeah, I remember before when I had my recording button switched around. I tried to hit tab and end up hitting my record button instead, which sucked. But yeah, I usually caught it pretty quickly. At least I like to think I did. Oh, it doesn't matter now. Well, it's done, it's done. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop him and do the rest myself. Should be pretty easy. Oh, that is not lowered. And actually, it's not on. And I'm not in reverse. Now I'm in reverse. There we go. Should work better now. And we'll take him around this way. I don't think I'll need the rear mowers anymore. Oh, looks like I might actually. not. Well, maybe not, but we'll put them down anyways. Wouldn't hurt nothing. And there we go. That should do it. I think that is all our grass fields. Actually, no, we have one more that I want to do, and that is up this way. I'm going to cut through some shrubs, and that tree is not right. Huh, that's funny. Oh well, I'm not going to mess with that. So what is the quickest way to get to where I want? Looks like maybe this way. So we'll head up to that area. We'll make sure to underline this so I don't forget in the future. Alright. Have that marked so I don't forget Ted, Wintro, and pick it up somehow. Because Lord knows that would end up happening. Given my record. Considering what happened during harvest this last season here. Missing half the fields I own. That was just not good. That was major dumbness and error on my part. You just gotta move along now. Just gotta move past it. What's done is done. Heck, something else I might want to edit out is these road markers. I guess I forgot about that when I was in Giants Editor, messing around with this map here. Alright, so should be on our left here, and there should be an entrance along the way soon, I hope. Alright, okay, it's up this way. So I cannot talk right now. I will record a course around there. So I'll start right around there. Should do. Yeah, I'm gonna round off some of these sharp corners through here, like so, just for a smoother mowing. It'll make things way easier in the future for us. At least me. I guess it doesn't affect you guys too much. But just my personal preference is doing it like that. So I can let Chorus Play do its thing and make it look as pretty as it can. So this is, I don't know, call it Nook by Beef. I guess that's as good a name as any. I'm going to capitalize by there. Beef, outline, and create a course. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We're out here, it's kind of an odd shape, but we'll do northeast, I guess, headed west. Yeah, I guess this will work. Oh, wow, that's perfect. Right next to us there. Couldn't ask for anything better. Well, I suppose I could. It could have landed right in front of us. It was close, though. Alright, there we go. So start him off. And Nook by Beef. Mowing 9.0. And once again, gonna check on our seeding for this field, see how we're doing. Looks like we're closing in. Maybe over halfway done now. Maybe. Maybe not quite. Yeah, that might be halfway. If not, it's close. Just gonna look at other stuff here. Just got clouds tomorrow and quite a while before we have any precipitation of some kind. And okay, that's 110%. Got our straw, plenty there. I wonder if I have to sell the milk on my own. I don't know if I have to do that or not. Because I know there's a milk trailer available, and that was one of the recommended mods for this map, so I don't know. I'll find out though. And these guys are only at 40%. They have grain. Are they out of grass? I don't know if they still have any grass. I'll have to check. So I want to check on our pigs over this way, so I can actually just go here and be closer. I'll check in their troughs here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see it or not, but I could give them silage at the very least. So we'll grab this guy and grab the feeder. Since this is a decent tractor to use for a small job like that, I shouldn't need to bring out that Magnum for it, for crying out loud. Not for this little job. Especially considering how big it is and running both sets of duals through the sheds there. I mean, you could fit it in there, I suppose. But just easier to use a smaller tractor. So I'm just going to load the silage into our feeder and not use the other trailer. Because if I can use the feeder, I'm going to. Alright. So back up to there. This should have the right attacher by default. Yes, it does. Awesome. Which means our PTO will show up. That's awesome. Because when you're using the trailer attachment, I guess I could call it, for our Magnums and T8, it makes it so that the PTO doesn't show up. I mean, everything still functions the same, but that just doesn't show up for whatever reason. Alright, so we'll head up that way to silage storage, which is kind of bleeding through there. And it should load. It should load anyway, as it's supposed to. There we go. Just wasn't quite in the right spot. And that's lagging us quite a bit. That's no fun. So that is going to be that. So we'll haul this around to all our different farms and see how far it gets us. Hopefully it should last us for all 6 days for all of our sets of animals. I'm just going to cheat through trees and bushes there. Hope you don't mind, because if you've been keeping up with me, you should be used to it by now. Just cutting through stuff. So we'll speed on up here and take this to our pigs here. Then we'll head up to our beef and then circle back around here to... Oops, that's not good. That could have ended up with a mess if this were real. Then we'll circle back to grab our second set of pigs. And that'll last us 6 days. Awesome, so that'll pick up our productivity. Luckily. So, hauling this over to beef. That's what I wanted, beef. It's what's for dinner. Actually, what did I even eat tonight? I don't know. Oh yeah, I had chips and cheese. So nachos, that's what I had. So that was lovely. I didn't feel like going out and grabbing anything. I actually did have a late lunch. It was about 3 o'clock. Was that when I had lunch? No, I had lunch. Actually, it's more like noon. So yeah, it was at a normal time. Yeah, so I don't want to turn there. No, I don't. Or actually, I want to turn up here. Don't mind my crazy driving. Yeah, so, I got some Herberts and Gerberts, which is a sandwich shop. Basically like a Jimmy John's. Is this guy about done? Yeah, he's almost done there. Alright. Totally forgot about him up here. Whoops. And that just drifted around our trailer there. Definitely gotta take it slow with a full trailer. So I'm gonna back up a little bit, get a little better position. And yeah, okay, T8 is now done. Alright, there we go. So, headed back. I'm going to take care of all of our feeding before I head to adjusting or finishing up the T8, wrapping him up and putting the mowers away. So I wonder how many cuttings of grass we'll get before I have to work on harvest, and same with alfalfa. How many cuttings of grass we'll get before I can start doing alfalfa. Because I think with growth management, growth rates are definitely adjusted, but I don't know at what rate or how many times alfalfa and grass, how many phases they go through before other crops are ready. So we'll find that out. I do like being able to see those grain bins from this far. See them over there. Oh, jeez. I just jumped out of my tractor there. That would not have been good. Luckily, I can just teleport back into it. So there's something I wanted to try out, and that was doing a face cam for maybe just one episode. Don't need to do it that often if I even do get to it at all, but I use PlayClaw, and for some reason, that's the recording software for the record, but for some reason the webcam overlay wasn't working. I don't get it, so I need to find a support topic for that. I already tried searching it, and nothing really came up, but I'll give it another try in case I want to do maybe a special episode or something, maybe for when I reach a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of episodes. I imagine if I get it up to 50 on a particular series, I might do a special episode with a face cam or webcam, whatever you want to call it. But for right now, it's not working. And also, I'm a little far from that many episodes, unless I continue on with Great Smoky Mountains, which at the moment I have kind of stopped. I'm not sure if I want to keep going or not. I've just been having so much fun with our Made in Germany stuff, even though we did have the loss of our soybean friend. I was kind of just looking at the fender flare on our tractor here. I wonder if that can be switched between machines or if it's fixed to our tractor. I don't know. I really want to learn Blender. I've tried. I mean, I can import models. I figured that out. I'm pretty sure I can learn how to edit stuff in that, but it's mostly just been, I wanted to use it for texture editing, so you can load it so that it has split screen between the model and the UI textures, but for some reason I can't get it to work right. So you're supposed to, the model is supposed to be active with what you're doing on the texture. The texture is supposed to be active with anything you change on the model, from what I understood anyways. Also, I changed our yard here. I removed a useless building that was sitting in here, so now I have more room to get around if I want to park anything. And I also did some changes inside of here for our grain storage. There are no grain bins outside, but I did replace what was in here to American grain bins, so that's what we changed on this farm here. Oh jeez, I let that guy coast, didn't I? Whoops. Alright, so we'll slow this gear down. That seems suitable. go. And wow, that's enough for 6 days. Nice with these guys. Maybe they already had some left. I don't know. And then these guys here. And good for 6 days. Alright. Very good. So that should be everyone now. I could probably just put what's left into our dairy cattles. I don't know. I suppose I could do that. You know, I may end up selling a lot of our leftover silage because it seems like I have quite a bit at the moment. But we'll see after maybe a couple more seasons how much I end up getting left over, and maybe I could even increase the amount of livestock I own, because I did reduce it a bit, thinking that maybe I wouldn't be able to support them with as much food as I had, but it seems that I can. Obviously not with TMR for everyone, but now that we are getting more grass fields, and actually it's alfalfa that we're getting more of, we should be able to give them more total mixed ration, so we should be good there from now on. But yeah, I just want to do a test for a couple more seasons. Yeah, I probably should do better note taking of it, but gotta stick with a little bit of that winging it. I wonder if that's where you sell straw. Is that horse farm there? I bet it is. I thought I saw a straw pile there. Huh. But if I ever do decide to sell straw, I guess I'll have to test that place out. But I guess I don't know for sure. I'd have to check on the page on Mod Hoster that had the mod map on it, just to be assured, because you never know. Yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed that I don't know how to sell my leftover slurry and manure. Eventually I'm going to need to figure out how to do that, because I'm going to have a ton, and I'm not going to want to apply them to every field, and even if I did apply them to every field, I could potentially end up with some leftover. It just depends. Actually, I don't know. There might be a limit on the slurry capacity. I'm not sure about that, though. I guess I could eventually find out if I just let it go and not use any of it for a while. How are we doing right now for manure? We have 19,000, so we've gained quite a bit there. We did start around 15,000 when I finished spraying manure, so we gained about 44,000 there. And then, how are they producing for slurry? It does not. Okay, it is showing us there 6,562, and I did empty that out, so we have gained quite a bit there as well. So it seems like we're doing good. And turn in this way here. And we can just feed the rest of this to our moo-moos here. How are they doing on water? Looks like they still have water. I wonder if it'll accept it here. Yes, it will. Awesome. So they have grass, mixed ration, and now silage. So they should be happy, happy, happy cows. So yeah, just empty that all out in there. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and park our feeder. I'm just going to leave it on this farm for right now, instead of taking over to our grain storage area, slash bale storage, slash silage storage. I'm just going to call it the grain farm for right now, or the grain storage farm, or area, whatever I feel like at the time. Those are all potential names of what I could call it. It doesn't matter. I mean the same thing with whatever I say there. And yeah, we can just put this guy back onto the tedder, and then I'll take control of our T8 and get that stuff started. So I think the plan is I'm gonna try to follow pretty standard stuff here. don't know, I usually don't do this. I say I'm going to, but I'm gonna maybe try it this time. Do one part of the grass every day, so one day it'll be mowing, next day tedding, next day windrowing, next day baling. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not. I mean, I'd like to, so just for that added touch of realism. But then again, I don't know if I will end up doing that or not. Looks like we could definitely use some washing on our mower and tractor here. Apparently mowing grass can get muddy. But that's probably just supposed to be dirt, even though it looks like it should have been mud. Yeah, one of the things, I do like how they added dirt textures, but it always just looks muddy more than dirty, I suppose you could say. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I do like the dirt textures, but just that one little thing that bugs me. One tiny little thing can make the difference. Not really, but yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, I'll be done with that. So we'll go ahead and unfold this for washing. Start with our front mower attachment here. I feel like, can this thing fold? I wonder if this thing folds up. I don't know if there's actually a keybind for that, or it's even supposed to be able to. I don't know. Still a little bit of dirt on there, I think. Did I get it? Looks like I got it. Awesome. And actually we'll do this back mower next. Yeah, I know. Can't go any further. Alright. Looks just about done. Still some dirt left in there. Alright, that looks very good. So we'll fold this back up. No, okay, that mower does not fold. Alrighty. Back this up. Actually, I do want to adjust this to where that wood pile was. Yeah, there used to be a wood pile here if you don't remember. So yeah, now I can get easier access to our feeding machinery there. Alrighty. Awesome. Awesome possum. So I can just park this guy anywhere for now. I am just gonna take him in here. Might as well. Shouldn't need him for a while anyways. And this guy is still going at it hard. Awesome. My drive wouldn't mind being done by now. Alright, I can close out of that heads up there. Oh my. It's getting to be about my bedtime right now. I am tired as heck. Man, I even had a nice long nap today. And there's still stuff I wanted to do tonight. Ah, jeez, I don't know. Let's see, what is on the agenda for tomorrow? So, class at 11 through 1250, class up 1 through 150, and a break, and we will have 4 to 450. Alright. Not too crazy. I mean, I do have quite a bit of work I need to get done for Thursday as well. Shouldn't be too bad though. I hope. Alright, how much have we got left here? Just several rows. Nothing too bad. However, this is an excellent place to call it an end for this episode. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. It's definitely appreciated. If you haven't already and you do want to see more of my videos and keep track of that stuff, just hit that subscribe button and you will be good to go there. If there's anything you want to say, literally anything, just leave that in the comments. I will try to respond as quickly as possible. And as always, once again, thank you for watching, and have a great day.